Now, from across the tri-states, this is KHQA Sports.
And tip-top the evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Final on a night where our surviving basketball team saw their championship dreams put to the most exacting and stringent of tests. We had favorites, overachievers, and Cinderellas alike. The Quincy High Blue Devils fall into the middle category, facing a really gifted Edwardsville squad in the regional championship this evening. The good news for Sean Taylor's crew, his program had not lost a home regional game since 1977. Would that be enough to overcome a very talented Edwardsville team? Student section all amped up. Sean Taylor telling his crew, check the shooters, or in particular, one great shooter in Sean Roundtree. Lincoln and Elby and company trying to be up to the task early. Roundtree just on fire to start things off with a three right here. Then Roundtree leaving one off to Armand Fletcher with the first of many dunks on the night for that young man. Still, Quincy High in the first quarter fights its way back. Alex Shute knocking down the triple. Then Barnell Thomas back-to-back buckets. This one on the back down and the bank shot. More to come. Parker Bland, the young freshman, with a great take in the paint. Quincy High still trailing in the first quarter, but check out the buzzer beater here by Alex Shute. Beautifully done, and it's just a 19-16 Edwardsville lead after one. The Blue Devils would tie this thing up. However, Edwardsville comes back with an 8-0 run, takes the lead. Still the Blue Devils fighting hard in this one. Mike Dade with a pretty scoop shot. And even when things went wrong in the period for Dade, he got blocked right here, but it turns into a absolutely beautiful assist as he kicks it over right there to Alex Shute. The Blue Devils back within striking distance. The third quarter, though, disastrous. And again, it's Armand Fletcher, one of his five dunks on the night. In fact, Edwardsville went on a 15-2 run in the third quarter behind Mr. Fletcher and shut out Quincy High School. The Blue Devils end up 15-12 on the season. Great comeback this season when things looked to be dead. But tonight, just overmatched 65-49 was your final in favor of Edwardsville. Would we have better news? In Class 1A basketball tonight, Unity on the road taking on Weathersfield. This game for a shot at going to the Jacksonville Super Sectional. Unity early on, going to work behind Dylan Schaefer, knocking down the triple there. At the other end, though, the Flying Geese going to Trevor Lay, and he is a good one. The guard kind of shaken free in what was a back-and-forth affair early in this ball game. Lay, a really nice player. You see him again right here with the spot-up three-pointer. But here come the Unity Mustangs. Boy, they're just bullying people right now, and it starts with Adam Donnelly from the outside, knocking down a corner triple to get things back started. And then how about Alex Blickhan? As athletic as they come, little larceny, little layup action at the other end. The Unity Mustangs took a close game in the second half, absolutely blow it apart. Way to go, Mustangs. We called them tougher than the rest yesterday. You see why. Again, another, if you want to call it upset, fine. I don't believe it. Unity takes care of business by 18 points from Mr. Blickhan and 16 rebounds from Lane Davis. Final count 68-51. Up next for Unity, a game a little closer to home in the Super Sectional for a shot to go to Peoria. Waterloo-Jabot, very talented team, but not one that Unity will be overmatched against at this point. Who's picking against Keith Carruthers' team anyway? Should be a great showdown. Much more in that game to come a little later this weekend. Now, here's Will.
Well, today was the day. The Quincy Notre Dame girls were back at Redburn Arena. A goal all season was now a reality for the Lady Raiders. A trip they're so accustomed to making, but now it was even bigger. A chance to make it back to the state title game and do something no other girls basketball team in the state had ever done.
And you could feel the energy in this one right from the get-go. Q&D fans travel so well as they've done all year, and right from the start as she's done the entire season. Kristen Gangenbacher making easy work of that one in the lay-in off the turnover down low. Then it be the defensive specialist. She's been causing mischief all season long. Cassidy Foley gives it up to Hannah Marcola, who lays it in off the glass. Q&D would take an early 5-0 lead. Lady Raiders keeping the pressure on, though. Mary Beth Hugenberg, Miss Reliable all season, collects the rebound and gets the putback right there. Joliet Catholic would go on a little bit of a run, though. Ty Battle, she was be a force in the interior all night long as she'd get 2 quick buckets and put Joliet Catholic up 15-10 at this point. And when it looked like Q&D was in trouble tonight, the first team All-Stater would respond. Number 3, Kristen Gangenbacher laying down low. Erica Obert will be running the floor, bounce past the Mary Beth Hugenberg. Q&D would cut the deficit down to 35-31 at halftime. Second half, the X factor would come out. Erica Obert, she fires one in from 17 feet out there. Q&D just down 2 now. And how about some more Miss Obert? She's going to get the ball, pass, feed inside, lay in. We're all square at 35. Joliet Catholic up 53-44 after 3, and they'd continue to press, especially with this. Nicole Ekamo, she'd get the lay-in to go, but how about off the Mackenzie Foley miss? There's Mary Beth Hugenberg again to collect the garbage and get the putback. There's no quit in this team. Gangenbacher hooks up with Hugenberg again, and they are down just 2 at this point. Back and forth we'd go. Joliet Catholic keeping it going in the paint, though. Christina Ekamo this time finishes that one off. But how about a little more Mary Beth Hugenberg? Laying right there, and Q&D cuts the deficit to just 1, 58-57. But in the end, it was just too much Joliet Catholic up and down the floor as they would go on and end the Lady Raiders state title run tonight, 70-59 at Redbird Arena.
And Q&D's loss sets them up to play Burlington Central tomorrow back out at Redburn Arena. Burlington was a loser to Lombard Montini, 34-26, in the other semifinal game today. C.J. Adams and company looking to advance to the HAC championship game. They're taking on Mid-American Nazarene today. Early on, James Jones driving the lane, a pretty right-handed finish, strong-looking stuff for him. Then it would be C.J. Adams, so explosive with the ball in his hands. He's going to drive, split 2 defenders. Pretty little finger roll finish from him. Mid-American, they would answer. Connor LeGrier, he is going to step back and bury all of this 3. Nothing but nylon for him. They would go into the half leading 53-39, and in the second half, they would just be Dunk Central. He's going to throw that one home, but Culver Stockton's going to answer. Mario Gully splits 2 defenders. Nice, strong take for him. Then Carl Moore, he's going to be down in the interior. He's going to get all beastly right here, up between 3 defenders, gets the putback, and Moore, he's going to be doing more. He's going to be driving the lane right here, almost loses it, but gets it back to go, lays it in. Too much for Culver Stockton tonight. Mid-American, they're going to go on and win this one, 92-77.
Better news for the John Wood Trailblazers on the road in the Region 24 quarterfinals tonight. TJ Tisdale absolutely beasting in the blocks and everywhere else tonight. Great take for him from atop the key. Part of a 30-point, 16-rebound night. He's not done. Here he comes inside as well. Ball comes loose for a second. TJ's got quick hands and a quicker release right there. Great take for him on the interior as well. Brody Gronwald spotting up from 3, doing what he does best at this point. The Blazers up 14 points, and they're just going to continue to extend. More from Tisdale off the beautiful assist right here from Brody Gronwald. Easy take, easy finish at the other end. How about Jordan Johnson? He's going to get a scab for this one. Certainly, though, took the flak and the shrapnel well in course of his team. Great take, great finish at the other end as John Wood builds the big lead, and they're not going to never look back at this game. Check out Brody Gronwald. One more fantastic finish from him. This is sensational 7-worthy. Beautiful stuff right there as he gets the 3-point play. Bucket and Band-Aid. John Wood moving on to take on Lincoln in the Region 24 quarterfinals tomorrow. Final score in this one saw the Blazers win 92-77 would be how it all ended up. Well, his talent has never been in question, but clearly there has been considerable growth from Gabe McKenzie this season. He's a more controlled player emotionally, and that has made him, and by extension the Canton Tigers, a very dangerous team in this Class 2 Final 8.
Just see him growing up, from his freshman year, his attitude and be able to handle certain situations much better. And I know he had a couple things this year, but I think overall he's handled things great. He's given our young guys that are coming back next year some really good leadership, and mainly Gabe in the weight room has just kind of taken over that leadership role and gotten stronger, and he's pushing these younger guys to get better for next year especially.
Yeah, I've been playing around a lot of good players, with Tyler Neiman and Brandon Bearhorst playing for 3 years. It's really helped. They're really good players, and they know how to get me the ball.
Gabe can shoot the 3 and put the ball on the floor and get to the basket, and when he gets to the basket this year, he's very strong, and he can go through people and finish off and get the old-fashioned 3-point plays. So he's a tough matchup for teams our size.
Between McKenzie, Brandon Bearhorst, and Tyler Neiman, Canton might have the best big 3 in all of tri-state basketball. But the guys who dominate the box scores nightly are hardly the Tigers' only assets. Bottom line, Canton specialists are an invaluable piece of this equation.
They sure do, and tell you what, at our level at 2A, Cameron Durst is an exceptional athlete, and he's runs the floor well, gets to the basket very well. He's so long, and he can do a lot of things for us. And our thing with him is when he attacks, he can really do some special things. And then Logan Brown's another guy coming off our bench. He's kind of a long arm, similar type of player that can do many things for us offensively.
Logan coming off the bench has been huge for us. He plays really good defense, and he can score the ball really well. He's playing a little more aggressive. Another thing with Cameron, he can score really well. He needs to play aggressive, look for a shot a little more.
And the Tigers will require full contributions on all fronts on Saturday in dealing with an uber-athletic Tolton roadblock in the quarterfinals.
The difference is Porter's about 6'5", and he's long and he handles the ball, but he shoots a three. I mean, he's not tremendously quick, but he's just so long and lanky that he can take up so much ground in one stride, so he's a little bit different. But their other guards are very similar to Louisiana's in that they drive the ball extremely well, and they can all shoot the three.
I'd say we really have to lock down on defense and make sure we keep the ball out of Porter's hands and see if we can get him scoring as low as we can get him and hopefully get a lot of stops and then keep continuing what we're doing on offense.
We got to keep playing our ball, keep playing the same way we have all season. We got plenty of players that can score, and it doesn't just have to be me and Tyler. Obviously, we showed that the other night with Brandon Bearhorse. He had 18. We have plenty of players across the board that can have plenty of points.
Can't and much more coming up tomorrow on a loaded overtime show. Hopefully we get a lot of state champions. And finally tonight, wanted to pass along one more note to you. John Wood winning in baseball. And congratulations to Keokuk native Taylor Hickey and Burlington Notre Dame, new Iowa Class 1A girls basketball champions. All out of time. See you on overtime.